Hello, Speed Resist Lord, Speed Strat, Speed Force, and today I am reacting to Seth the Exposed, or Why I Stopped Working with Seth the Programmer by Clyde. This is the part 2 of the reaction. The only reason why I'm doing it like this is because, again, I can't make videos longer than an hour. But while you're here, hit the like button, share, and subscribe, because you got previous videos on the channel. Took your channels unsubscribed to, so it's probably like 2 days ago for you guys. What? It's probably, for me, it was like, wait, let me close this door. Okay, so for me, it was probably like 1 to 2 weeks ago. I don't know. It's probably like 1 week ago. But yeah, I reacted to it. It was hard because usually I don't know if you guys probably like look through my channel, but I'm used to reacting to like music or fights or like playing fighting games, action games, and reacting to a YouTuber get exposed was a little bit different. I didn't want to like commentate over, like just talk while Clyde was talking. But to recap, basically what was happening, this is going to be really short. Seth the Programmer basically was harassing people in a Discord server. There was a whole bunch of screenshots. You just go watch part 1. There was a whole bunch of screenshots. The pacing was really off in the first video because Clyde, or whoever edited this, they would compile the footage, and instead of taking a segment to explain what they're showing or to, you know, commentate about what they're showing, they would just like show it on the screen and then move on and wouldn't say anything about the screenshots. And to me, like, I know I don't have to be reacting to this. I just want to react to this because like Seth the Programmer is one of my favorite YouTubers, and to like hear that he's being exposed and canceled, I just wanted to see what was going on. And I thought, I have a YouTube channel, so I might as well, you know, try to put this out there and I can watch it on my YouTube channel, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I don't know, the way the screenshots are, the screenshots were like very weird. They seem like out of context and very fragmented conversations from what I remember. But we're about to hop in here. It was like towards the end of my last reaction getting more commentary based, and that's what I want. I want more talking and explaining the situation. I don't want 3 hours of showing 100 screenshots on screen and then moving on and never explaining what the screenshots meant and what the context was as to why they are in the video. But yeah, let's hop straight on in.
And I feel Chuck was mostly only hostile towards people in that server because Seth would try to set this high level of expectation that he needs to be a big debater, and even baited Chuck into multiple different unfavorable debates and would make fun of Chuck if he lost in front of strangers who he had only known for weeks to months. Alright, Parrot, so
yeah, this is where we were.
All the times that Seth tried to instigate myself into drama with people. I mean, we could talk about all the other people he's done it to, not just myself, but I know for a fact that you're aware he has had, you know, he said some pretty bad shit about me behind the scenes to you and to others, and he purposefully wanted to get me into crap so he could cause me problems with, say, yourself or other debaters in the server.
Okay, so last wait, let me pause this. So last reaction, I didn't know how I wanted to do this type of content. I was a little nervous to say what was on my mind. To me, there's no point in reacting to a video if you're not going to say what you're thinking or what your opinion is. The way Clyde sets up the interviews, he brings, like, I know interviewers, they ask questions and they set up the conversation, okay? That makes sense. But one thing I really didn't like from the last segment, I already talked about it, I just wanted to go over it, is the part with Chuck when he puts context that he was fake laughing. First, I don't like that he's putting context as to him fake laughing in a recorded conversation, because there was a whole bunch of other things in this video that could have been given context, or been the entire situation could have been explained, but he just avoided it. And then another thing is the way he starts off this interview with Webcam Parrot. He's like, oh yeah, so you told me that, Seth, like, just let the guy talk and let him say it. Like, it's kind of like speaking through somebody else. It's like if I brought, who would you guys know? Steggy really was on here once, and Ace Watch was only on here once at the time of recording this. So, yeah, imagine I just brought one of them on, right? And I'm just, like, doing an interview for some reason. I'm exposing Corey X Kenshin, and I'm like, yo, like, Corey, you know, you remember when Corey was doing this to me? You remember Corey's doing this? And then they start talking about it, too. It's kind of like, I don't know, the best way I can explain it is what I already said. It's speaking through somebody else, and I don't really like it. I did like the section where Clyde was going through his past. Again, I didn't really feel like it related a whole too much about Seth specifically, but I see why he put in the video. He put in the video because it relates to his mindset during the time of all this entire situation. But yeah, let's just keep going.
The most notable thing I remember is him specifically trying to start beef between me and you over like various Bleach things or the like KSI, like Logan Paul
Yeah.
video me and him did, where he would come to me and talk about like how much he'd been, you know, talking bad about me behind my back and stuff, and I assume he was like saying similar stuff to you about me, and then we got in call and started talking about it, and it just was like,
I need SethTheProgrammer's
like,
response to this.
There was no,
Because
there was
this
no
entire
beef
video is just
whatsoever.
like
It was
stacks
really
and
weird.
stacks
really
on
wanted to
stacks of
manufacture this,
allegations.
like argument or conflict between us, and to be honest, he's just sort of been like that about lots and lots of different people hanging around in that community.
Yeah,
I definitely remember him.
It's very I'll let you finish in a second, but it is very reminiscent of the 2 attempts he made with Noodles and Trini to debate me. But I ended up
Okay, so we're seeing this. This a lot of the screenshots were like this in the first reaction that I did. It's like deleted user, so you're supposed to assume that it's SethTheProgrammer. If we're taking this video at face value, which we are at the moment until we see any other proof. The reason why I'm saying that is because Seth on the Keemstar stream, again, like I said, it seemed like he ruined his reputation more than this video. Because he literally admits to almost everything that, I don't know if he's admitting to everything in this video, but he at least admitted to everything in the doc and just said that that was the old him and that he was trolling the entire time. So, I don't know if that goes for the proof and the screenshots for this video at least, but we're going to take this at face value because it seems like at the moment before his response video comes out, or if he's still making that he really doesn't care about the situation, just kind of wants to move on past it and is just saying it's past him. So, do you think Prime, I don't know who that is, would outbox Prime McGregor? I mean, he would beat the freak out of him, but boxing-wise, McGregor is probably better. He already had his boxing license by the time he was 16 and had some of the best timing in MMA. Hear me out on this, Noodles.
ended up becoming friends with the both of them because they actually liked talking with me, which was kind of ironic.
You playing you the rest after you got subbed by Noodles in MMA.
Both of them.
I don't understand. So they're talking about UFC guys and boxing McGregor, and he said that he was trying to coerce his Noodles and Clyde to argue. Supposedly this is a allegation or something bad against Seth. I'm gonna be honest, like I've had debates with my friends from my old school. Like I still keep in contact with them, and like the rare times that we actually do get to talk, it's like we do debate, and sometimes we like do antagonize each other. So if these Discord guys like saw each other as like real life friends or whatever, I don't see how this is a bad thing. Like you trying to debate MMA, like he's putting this screenshot to make it seem like that this was like a heinous act of like trying to get two people to debate MMA. Like dudes do this all the time. They talk about sports, they talk about fighting. I don't understand what the big deal is. Aren't these dudes like scalers? And what? I don't understand.
Both of them because they actually liked talking with me, which was kind of ironic.
Right.
This isn't bullying.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff Seth did was obviously bullying, but getting two people to debate is not bullying.
To say about you.
And I did hear, I know I didn't say anything about it, I did hear that he was lying to other people and talking behind their back and saying that, like, oh, this dude was saying this dude was saying this. It just sounds like to me that SethTheProgrammer never grew up out of the high school mindset. Sounds like to me that he, like, peaked in high school, that was his personality, and it never changed, because that's what people do in high school and just school in general. They'll tell you that somebody's talking about you, they'll start drama just for their own entertainment. I obviously do think that those traits of SethTheProgrammer, those specific traits, we're not talking about any other situation related to Seth at this moment. I'm just talking about that, of like lying to people, talking about people, is obviously a bad trait. But is that something to lose your platform over, especially if it happened like 4 to 5 or 6 years ago?
To me, in private, at the time when you were sort of like helping him out with lots of like sponsorship stuff and like editing all his videos or whatever, and like, you know, very like, you'd think like you two would be very close, right? And you were like spending a lot of time together, but he would just like always talk about how he didn't trust you, or how he thought you were like trying to manipulate him, or that nothing he could say to you would be honest. And I think that was because that he was manipulating you.
I thought
a
they've
lot
been
of the stuff
recording
he
this
was
dude
saying
for
to you
3
wasn't
years. Where's the
honest, and
recordings that
Yeah,
show that
yeah.
he's
always
basically
hankering
insecure?
for like this drama and conflict, which you were one of the people he was using to do
Because this
that.
whole thing was like, oh, we have the
That's,
receipts, we have the
definitely for
receipts,
sure.
but
Yeah,
they
that's
just
true.
literally have a whole bunch of
Around that
people
time
talking
period, I remember this
with
one
no
time
receipts.
there was a guy called his name was something Boo or something like that, and he posted something to do with the Naruto vs Ichigo project in the server, and his like instant thought is that he accused me of trying to do something to the project, and he's like, I'm canceling this, and he's going off me in VC. It turns out I had nothing to do with it, but he doesn't even apologize to me. And this is during a time period where, like you just said, I'm managing his sponsors, his videos, I'm editing for him, I'm getting audio guys to his audio, I'm making his thumbnails, his tags for his videos, assisting him however I can, and he's like 24/7 just causing me problems. I mean, it was like, it was to the point with working with him that I would even help him structure our collabs so that they were done correctly, like our Ichigo versus the Akatsuki.
I'm sorry, I'm a guy that,
videos.
like,
I
if you're
helped
going to
format
say
those
something
videos
about
to make sure
somebody,
that they
you
would turn
need
out to be
receipts. Like, he's just
absolutely
saying all
supreme
this stuff. I'm
quality.
not saying I
was
don't
also
believe
doing
him.
these videos with a lot of passion while also being messed with all the time. And I mean, you can probably recall too that it wasn't just yourself that he was trying to set me up with debates with too. He probably also had talked like endless shit with the SS guys about me too, isn't that correct?
Yeah, definitely.
So
for
these
sure.
guys are
even
basically
in
getting
just, like,
packed on
the
Discord and
general
packed on the
group
internet,
chats,
and now they're making exposed
he was
videos.
definitely always
It's
desperate,
crazy.
I think, to get you part of that.
The only thing I'm
hierarchy
worried
in
about
some way, which
is the sexual
always
assault
sort
allegations.
of
That's the
makes
only
us,
thing I'm worried about.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
that's something
I
to lose your
never wanted to
platform
be
for.
around.
Great.
But like
No, I never wanted to
bullying,
be around those guys.
cyberbullying,
Not,
I don't
not
know.
because I necessarily disliked them. I just didn't like the
Obviously,
vibe
the
of that stuff. I
suicide
wanted nothing
meme
to do with
that
it,
Chuck
because
or
he
Seth
treated all you
made
guys
is
like
obviously
mercenaries
bad,
and, like,
but
throwaway
I'm not
guys
really
that
hearing
used to
anything
debate
else
for it.
that's like, wow.
Yeah, and I also think part of it was that obviously he's placed himself at the top of this like debating hierarchy, and so if he can show that anyone else is lower in
Basically,
that
this dude's
hierarchy,
just
he can
Seth's just
consider
insecure. That's
himself
basically
better
what they're
than them by
explaining.
default
They're
without
explaining
having
an
to do
insecure
anything,
person.
which he never really would debate anybody good in the first place.
That is true. That is true. See, like, I'm not going to be one of those people that will sit here and be like, I'm better than Seth or anything, but we had countless arguments where, like, I was clearly able to beat him on certain subjects and so on, and anytime you would do it, or Noodles or anyone else would do it, he would get very aggressive towards us, and along with that, he would send you guys into servers to go and debate, right, on certain subjects, but then he'd claim that because he was automatically above you two in rank in his server, that anything you guys do is a feat that goes back to him.
Yeah, and that's part of why like he wanted to instigate people to do debates with you, like that he was already like above in this hierarchy, because then he can just say he knows better than
fault
you,
is
or
that,
is
though?
better than you by default.
These
without
are
having
like
to do anything.
teenagers
Yeah,
to
we did have a
grown
lot of
men
beef in 2018 and
and
19.
getting
and it was
told to
usually
go to
only-
servers and
It
debate.
was on topics that
Now
like
they're saying that
he
it's a
didn't know
problem.
much about. So if he hears that I'm knowledgeable and say the UFC, he will want Noodles to debate me. Then we become friends. If it's politics, he tries to get Trini to come after me, but then we end up becoming friends. He did the same with Kappa. Him and Kappa tried to orchestrate the Trini debate, and it just didn't work because Trini was like, Clyde's not even that bad, and then we became friends. And then you and we talked about history and stuff.
These
together.
guys
We got
take
along very
debates
well
like
because
very,
that's what
very,
it is.
very,
Just
very,
friends
very ultra.
Yeah, and
very
it's not
serious.
like you're not special in this regard either. Like he was just generally always trying to pull weird, passive aggressive shit like this and instigate sort of
Wait,
conflicts.
what was that? Was
with
that something like passive aggressive? You're not special.
weird, just generally always, and it's not like you're not special in this regard either. Like
You're not special. Okay.
passive
So
shit
he's basically
like this
just saying that
and
he did this to a
instigate
whole
sort
bunch
of
of people.
conflicts with tons of people. I mean, me
Where's
and
Trini
Chuck,
and
he
the
was
other person that
constantly
you
trying to
mentioned?
like set me up against Chuck, just to make Chuck look bad, and for his own amusement and to make him look better by extension.
He was very happy when Hashi beat Chuck too, like to the point where he was laughing about it when Hashi was saying in the call, there was a line he said where he was like, what are you snarfling, Chuck? And Seth loved it, bro. He loved seeing Chuck get humiliated in that debate.
Right? Yeah, and he would like encourage that sort of thing from people anyway.
Yeah, tried to orchestrate, obviously people will know this by now, but he essentially orchestrated all the swag debates with yourself and then with Noodles, and his attempt at first was to make swag get humiliated by you guys in the debate, but then once he seen that he could take advantage of the playing field by being on swag's side, he used that to get on swag's good side, and yeah, just manipulated the situation, man. I mean,
How are you letting this dude manipulate you? All he is just a YouTuber, man. Like, these are like grown men. Again, like teenagers to grown men. Like, that's the gap that we're dealing with here. We don't know their specific ages or their exact times that this stuff was happening. But like these are like grown men allowing just some anime YouTuber man to manipulate them into doing stuff, and then now they're saying that they didn't want to do it. Like you have to have tough skin. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I don't really share about personal because I don't need to. You know what I mean? I'm just a gamer, man. I just react to stuff. You don't need to know me personally to watch my content. But when I was in elementary school, I was bullied like every single day of my life. I was bullied every single day. People would go out of their way to make me feel bad about myself, and I was already going through a hard time as well. I don't need to expound upon that. I don't need to explain. I don't need to explain anything. I was just going through a hard time in my personal life, and I was going to school, which is they say school's like an outlet from the personal life and what's going on at home. But school honestly just like it made it worse, and it made me more stressed out. But then I realized if you don't care about the person, like why do you have to care about what they say? And the thing is, these people are getting too connected to the internet and getting too connected to these people. They're allowing themselves to be manipulated by Seth, and they're so fixated on debates, like they're like actual arguments with like a family or friend. It's just like, I don't know. Obviously this video is well structured. They know what their intention was. They wanted to get all these different people that were wronged by Seth and stuff. It's just from my perspective and my own life experiences. Again, I don't have a horse in this race. I don't have some inside knowledge. I'm not a part of the situation at all. It's just for me personally as a viewer looking in, because they're giving this to the viewer. I just don't think that this segment of the video is that bad when it comes to trying to take down Seth, because they're allowing some random guy to manipulate them into doing whatever he wants. That's what they're saying, and then now they don't like it. I don't know.
If he can do it to someone like me that was his closest associate and helped him make financial, gain all the time and always wanted the best for him, I mean, he's done it to pretty much anyone. It really doesn't matter who you are. Evidence of that, too, is the fact he did it to Chuck so much, and you just helped, back up that claim, because Chuck had
he could just
popped it
leave,
so
like,
hard back in the day.
and he said he couldn't leave because he was like financially
Seth just really
dependent on
wanted to
Seth.
see
Like,
him
how do you
get
become
humiliated.
financially
That's why he,
dependent on another man?
Encouraged him.
That is
basically,
insane.
Like, pressured him heavily to going into like the politics servers and start debating like moral philosophy with like Chuck's not educated in moral philosophy or whatever, right? It's like debating these philosophy students and stuff. Like obviously he's gonna look bad, but that was just what he wanted. And yeah, with the swag stuff, I mean,
why do people go to college for
he would
philosophy?
Just,
like what?
Consistently lie about the conversations me and him had because he decided he wanted to like switch over to being Swag's buddy instead of mine or whatever. There's like a video up where like whatever, all my biggest haters try to jump me at the same time, and it doesn't really work out. But like I call him out for like saying certain things that then he's like not willing to admit to.
Yeah, like you would know this too, Parrot. You can actually back this up. Think about the countless amount of times that he talks Swag behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, all the time, constantly. Yeah. He really looked down on Swag and just thought that he was like an idiot or beneath him and didn't really know anything about Naruto and just wanted to like use the fact that Swag was like this big channel to get ahead. He never really had anything good to say about Swag.
Do we have any footage of like him talking about Swag?
Because
it's already been proven that it happened. It's already been proven that it happened.
That was common language.
Because he already admitted it to
When it
Swag.
comes to Swag, he tried to like instigate me and him debating political stuff. But bro, when me and Swag are in call, like I'll drop any subject. I don't care about politics when he and I are in call. And he was always trying to make this like weird agenda. Like that Swag and I were always like, at each other's throats, like conservative versus lefty type shit. But it was really never like that. It was actually him 24/7 just talking bad about Swag, and then it would trickle down to me where my language would change around him, because when you're around toxic people it becomes the norm, and like I would say stuff about
Sorry
Swag
guys, I'm just like fidgeting with other
I've
stuff
always
because I don't know
been
what to do while I'm
and,
listening to
I'm
this.
sure
So
that he is absolutely
let's
aware
pause. We reacted to 8 minutes. Nope, let's
that,
keep going.
me and him,
I'm
like,
not going to
regardless of
share
all the
anything.
Stuff, we'll always be friends, at our core. But it was really propagated by him, bro. Like, and you've seen it yourself.
He's like explaining it like this
hated
dude's
Swag
like his
behind the
boyfriend
scenes.
or like parent.
Yeah, which I mean was a lot to do with like his own.
Because like I know you guys heard about like situations where like oh yeah, I was in this toxic relationship where like my parents were bad people. That's the reason why I am the way I am. Like he really allowed like a friend, a Discord YouTube friend at that to change his entire personality.
I think.
Yeah, it was definitely jealousy of his channel size. He hated how Swag got big on Naruto so casually, and he really didn't like that he was so much more likable. And what's funny is that my passion for Naruto, which has been burnt out from working on Seth's channel, is the reason why his Naruto videos even did well. Noodles and yourself helped him scale the videos. Now, I did the editing for the videos, and the reason the videos look so good is because I treated them like they were my own content.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of those videos you did were like.
I want to hear
I
Seth's
remember spending,
response
like, way
to
longer on
Clyde
them
saying that he basically
than I ever would
built
have
Seth's channel.
with the editing.
Which he would, by the way, rush me with,
Oh,
and he would
okay.
be like, MJ would have had it.
Okay, finally we have some receipts. Seth talking weirdly about Swag and MJ. What does weirdly mean? We about to see some like sexual harassment? I need to get my Itachi video up before Swag, but MJ is so freaking slow, man. I hope he's making a good LOL. I'm gonna hit him up soon. Well, from what I hear, he's not even working on it. The video is done. I'll be home tonight to send it. Some personal stuff came up. I'll explain later when I get on Discord, okay? Sorry for the inconvenience and lack of updates. How dare you? It's done.
MJ would have had it done sooner, but and this is no offense to MJ, I like MJ, but MJ is quite notorious amongst a lot of us creators for taking a long time for getting videos done on time. I don't mean to throw him under the bus, truthfully, but he really did. He's done it to me and Swag and Seth multiple times where he's taken too long. I was always good with communication. If I took extra time out of laziness, or let's say I wasn't motivated.
Wait. So, I know he's saying he doesn't mean to throw him under the bus, so if he's notorious, for, if MJ's notorious for being slow and getting out content for these guys, why is Seth talking about it bad? Because he's doing the exact same thing. Clyde just literally said that for Swag, Seth, I'm pretty sure MJ also edited for Geekdom sometimes. If he's slow for these people, why is Seth saying he is so freaking slow, man? Like, I know, I guess it's like out there or like disrespectful, I guess, but like, if they're both saying the same thing, just with different, like, I don't know. I don't know. They're both saying the same thing. They're both saying he's slow, and they takes long to edit the videos. And then they show a screenshot of him complaining about it, and it's some reason a problem. I guess it is weird they has to get the video up before Swag. Like, I've never in my life told myself that. I mean, I'm not a big YouTuber like SethTheProgrammer or any of these other anime dudes, but I never told myself I have to get a video up before somebody else. I did tell myself before I had to get a video up before, like, a topic's irrelevant or something, but that's like with reacting to movie trailers.
I wasn't motivated to do it. I would always be vocal and ask for extra time, and I always really did. If I was given enough time, I would always put a lot of love into those videos and try to make them as good as my own.
Yeah, and, you know, also, video editing is, like, a really, really tedious thing, so, yeah, like, no hate on anybody who delays their video editing. I certainly do when I'm editing as well.
Yeah,
so
I do it with my own. My own videos can take 3 weeks to make sometimes. Dongai Ichigo took me a month because I wanted to do it very meticulously.
3 weeks? No daily uploading for him?
It's really boring as well, but
I struggle to daily upload.
Really pressuring
3 weeks
on,
is
on
crazy.
Deadlines a lot, like quite excessively.
Yeah.
On more than one occasion. And I remember like the MJ comment you were talking about too. Yeah. He used to say that sort of shit to me privately as well. He'd be like, man, Clyde's editing like takes too long or whatever, and MJ does it quicker, or whoever else is making his videos.
The funny part was, of all the editors, it turns out I was the most consistent one of any of them. Like, I was the one that was the most reliable with the advertisements, because I didn't just edit, I also got him sponsorships and used to help him out with second channel content.
Okay, I'm tired of hearing about this. I'm tired of Clyde saying this. It may be true, but I'm tired of him bringing it up. I'm tired of him bringing up that he built this dude's channel and that he got him this freaking sponsorship. I'm tired of it, man. Like, you only could bring up a topic like so many times, man. Like, I don't know.
Twitch name
I need to hear a response for that at least, because that is a crazy allegation or claim that like you built somebody else's channel. I need to hear a response because I'm tired of hearing just a one-sided argument.
Even money that was technically just like thrown away.
It's because he can't edit his own videos, so.
True, yeah.
And he doesn't write his own script most of the time either, so...
He also doesn't do his thumbnails, his tags, titles, tweets. He even asked me to start doing his tweets for him too, and I said, I can't do that. It's too much to manage. Like, your Twitter has to be you. That's what I said.
To be fair, managing the tweets and thumbnails and stuff, that's crazy. But a lot of YouTubers, I don't know if like, oh, he doesn't do his thumbnails. He doesn't edit his own videos. Like, I don't know if that's like really a shot because like outside of the anime community and even in the anime community, a lot of YouTubers don't edit their own videos and a lot of YouTubers don't make their own thumbnails. Again, also celebrities have people that manage their Twitter and their social media platforms. So like what you're seeing of them really isn't them, it's just like a management team. So I don't really think that's all too weird that like I mean, I think it's weird that Seth would like ask somebody he saw as his friend to manage his Twitter, but like saying that he doesn't make his thumbnails and saying that he doesn't edit his own videos isn't really a problem to me, especially because like Clyde literally just admitted to having MJ edit some of his videos, and he's notoriously known for being slow. So I don't know. To me, that really isn't a big deal. I make my own thumbnails. Uh, I also edit my own videos. I'm not at a point where I could like spill out money to hire people to do that kind of stuff. Again, I don't think I really want to. In my opinion, what I would rather do is just like build upon the skills I already have. Like I would love to just learn how to make like crazy looking thumbnails, like Afro Senju or Corey X Kenshin or 8-Bit Ryan. Those type of thumbnails, I would just love to get onto their level with that kind of stuff. Berleezy as well, but and I also love to get onto like the editing level of 8-Bit Ryan, Berleezy, Corey S. Kenshin, but I wouldn't want to like hire people like on their level to do it for me. But again, saying that Seth does it isn't really a shot because a lot of YouTubers don't even make their own content. They have management teams.
Yeah. So many of those his videos, like the scripts, were just entirely written by me. I mean, some of those videos aren't even up anymore. But even of the videos that are up right now, like most of his biggest videos were just scripts that were written by me and edited by you.
He popped up at me one time because I couldn't get a Death Note video done in a single day.
Okay, so these are all the videos. These are all the videos that I guess Webcam Parrot wrote for Seth. Did he do this for free or did he choose to do this willingly? Because I don't understand the point of bringing it up if you chose to do this. Oh, the Gorilla versus Grizzly Bear is X'd out, so I guess he didn't make that one. What I would do as a receipt is if you wrote it, I would show proof that you wrote it instead of just showing the videos that you did it. That's just me. If I was structuring this video and I wanted to like take down the YouTuber, like the credibility as a YouTuber, I would show that I wrote the videos. But if you were paid, like... in my opinion, if you were paid to write a video and you agreed to it at the time, but now that you're upset with the person, you're just gonna like expose them for like having a ghostwriter basically. To me, that's scummy. That's a scummy thing to do if they paid you to do it. But if he was doing this for free or being forced to do this, I guess, then yeah, show your receipts, show that you wrote it. But to me, he's not really showing that you wrote it. He's just literally showing that he's showing the videos that he wrote.
It's like, if you want quality, you can't rush me, bro. Like, I don't even edit my own videos that fast because I can't do it. It's too stressful.
Not in one day. I would never anything be able to edit a video in one day.
Nope, it'd just be sloppy and look ugly. But that's pretty much that. I'll end the recording right.
The only thing Six is good at in life is literally eating and talking about Naruto, bruh. I don't even know why y'all try to interact with him in his server. He doesn't have anything of value to offer the world. If it's not about a Naruto data book, like, why the are you talking to him? Have you heard him talk about anything else in existence? Like, what the why would you ever try to have a conversation with him? What do you gain? Why do you him then? Cause I upload Naruto content, dumbass. The what do you mean? Like, what?
Yeah, this is crazy.
I upload Naruto videos.
Speaking of his character, in private, Seth and I had talked about
how... That does seem like a character, but if you could show Seth doing that off camera, then that's where I'll be like, dang, he's not acting. But, he kind of seems like he's trying to do that low-tier god type persona where, like, he just roasts people. He does that literally all the time with people donating to him. So him doing it to Six even responded and said that he thought it was funny. In my opinion, I think that's funny. Like, it just seemed like trolling. I think that clip of him talking about Six, I don't know if him and Six were like buddy friend, like best friends or something, but to me that just seemed like trolling or just like joking around. Like that's how my friends talk to each other. That's how they talk to me. It's literally just a joke. I don't curse though, so that's why I'm saying I roast my friends, but I roast in a PG friendly way. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't really that big of a deal to me. If he like had a clip of Seth saying that outside of stream or saying it in a private conversation, then now would be a whole different ball game. Because like these dudes are content creators, they're trying to make content, they're streaming. But if he was doing it off camera, off stream, then that's a whole different situation. But I don't have access to this video, but feel free to re-upload it and show the screenshots from a server where this happened. It was 2017.
In 2017, we thought that iDubbbz was low-key not as edgy as people were making him out to be, so we discussed making a video. Seth at the time was too scared of the backlash, so I decided to make the video. Although a lot of my suspicions about iDubbbz being pretty soft turned out to be correct, iDubbbz was very famous for his content cop videos at the time and essentially destroying people's channels with a single video. I purchased clothing, assets for the video, I scripted it into a crazy long formatted documentary, and I pretty much ripped iDubbbz apart. However, the next day, I woke up to Seth and his server clowning me in the server and posting photos of myself from the video. I noticed over the years that this started to become a very common trend with Seth, throwing his friends under the bus if his fan base or...
Okay, so basically, I don't know really who iDubbbz is. I wasn't on YouTube during the time. And I know he's like done edgy stuff, and I didn't even know he was known for exposing people. But he made a video. He said he didn't have access to the video, which I don't understand, but I guess sometimes that happens. But it says, SethTheProgrammer tweeted, Quiet the Weeaboo has always needed my help whenever randoms came to the server to slap him on Bleach. I can do Naruto vs Ichigo of equal, if not better, caliber on my own. And the person says, that's crazy. I know it seemed retarded. Okay. Guys, I'm not saying it. I'm just like paraphrasing. I'm quoting somebody else, okay? So don't try to take that out of context. Don't try to like, clip that and then add it on to another sentence. Okay, I'm not calling anybody retarded, but fake because of KSI versus Logan and Poop. But they're actually starting Poop, and this is more so a public message for my partners who keep coming to me in DM.
Or lackeys thought it was funny. He kind of plays to the beat of the crowd. It's like someone constantly begging for approval.
That's crazy,
in every
like adding
single
someone while
moment.
you're disrespecting them.
Anything to be seen as likable. I can say for certain that his claims of martial arts are...
Dang, that screenshot was blurry. I don't know if that was like my PS5 compressing it or what. There's no way they uploaded it. It looked like that. Tried the heavy bag. Okay, that's his hands. Had to stop hitting it because it was making snapping noises. I got a vid on. I got it on vid at least. I started a call that lasted an hour.
Very inflated. He's pretty much been to like 10 classes in total. His ability to woe women is largely...
Wait, I don't understand. What is the point of showing the boxing thing?
Say for certain that his claims of martial arts are very inflated. He's pretty much been to like 10 classes in total.
Oh, is that supposed to be Seth right there? He got it on video. Oh, he covered up his face though, so no one could see. And that's supposed to be Seth up there. It says kickboxing is sub wrestling. Nate, you won't put a 12 gauge shotgun in your blowhole and pull the trigger. What? Did you make it amateur? I never tried. I was just into dominating the guys at the gym, I guess.
His ability to woe women
I'm an old man that's been alone for 6 years.
Is largely inflated, and we'll get into that in the video. And even his debate accolades...
What was that? That was just like...
Largely...
That was just like 2 punches?
Is largely inflated, and we'll get into that in the video. And even his
That was literally just 2 punches, bro. That was literally just 2 punches. What was that? That was not a clip. Whatever. If that was supposed to be Seth, and he actually made that video, that was no. I'm still honestly shocked that you prepped all of his arguments for him versus King of Lightning. Was he seriously that nervous? He was extremely... Oh, wait, so who's Corrido? Is that supposed to be Seth? But this is why we compare it. He's extremely nervous. Yeah, that was his justification for asking my help in the first place. Oh, my lord, that's cringe. You also scripted the entire Goku vs. Superman video and Light vs. Batman video, right? We basically wrote the scripts for those videos together, but of course, all the Superman and Batman stuff came from me, and a good amount of the Goku stuff came from me as well. Oh, okay, so they do have a receipt of him admitting that he's writing it, okay. Yeah, I thought so. You basically gave him all the arguments and formula for the videos, though. That would be accurate. Wait, Corrado, is that not supposed to be Seth? Is it? Wait, didn't Seth debate King of Lightning? Is he saying that? Wait, is he saying that he gave Seth arguments for King of Lightning? Oh yeah, another argument that not an argument, a debate that I never liked. Like I watched it, and I always thought it was like, I don't know, like Seth's probably in character. I know he says that he's not the debate man anymore, which I always thought that was kind of cringe. Like, oh, I'm not that guy anymore. But he debated Naruto Explained before. I never liked that debate. Like I love Naruto Explained. Like he makes good content. I don't really get to watch his videos as much because like I have a whole bunch of other stuff to do in my life. But like when I do get to watch him, it's always like a fun watch, and he's explaining stuff. Sometimes he does explain stuff that's already been explained, but he's just going over it. And I just didn't like the way the way Seth debated him. It just felt like very one-sided, and he was not letting the other guy talk, which was Naruto Explained. But he said, yeah, I thought so. He basically gave him all the arguments and formula for the videos, though. That would be accurate, yeah. And they were other videos that I worked on, too, but I have to work out which ones. Like his Boros and Goro video was all me, and his Luffy video was all me as well, but those are deleted now. Yeah, I remember him crying about those 2 videos to me. Yeah, he was very salty with the reaction he got in the comments. I don't know who Karido is, so they should explain that. Like, it's weird to assume that you know every single person in this community. Like, I do not know who Karido is. I thought that was supposed to be like another secret superhero name for SethTheProgrammer, because you have all these different Discord tags and deleted user and stuff. So
accolades are pretty suspect, which we'll also go into in this video. A lot of
I'm pretty sure Karido's the game character that shows up there, but if I'm wrong, editing speed, you could correct me. Okay, so is this supposed to be Seth? You and Parrot gotta squash your beef for real, though. These guys, if they're willing to write scripts, are literally handing us money.
this video. A lot of you guys that have been watching our streams for a pretty long time might actually remember Seth saying stuff like, ugh, I wish someone would just prove that Berserk is overrated, man. Like, I just don't think it's that good. And I can attest that he said stuff like this on stream with me, but then during another stream, after the unfortunate passing of the author, right, from a series that I fucking love, he suddenly pretends that he cares all of a sudden. He also did this countless times with Bleach, shitting on the series, then switching up when he knew that it would be beneficial both financially.
The second Bleach comes back, I'm gonna say JK and make 30 videos and make a couple $100,000 off of it. You stay mad though. Bleach fans stay pressed. Okay, so that's obviously a troll tweet. I don't agree with this segment of the video because he actually didn't make any. Bleach has been back since October. He hasn't made any videos on Bleach, so obviously this was just him trolling. Also, content creators do this all the time. They leech off of fan bases. They make content that really has nothing to do with anything, or even if they don't like it, I could give an example related to the situation. Keemstar and Pat God did no research into the situation and all the different videos across the internet. They just started asking questions, interviewing everyone, but had no prior knowledge into who was actually involved in the situation. And that's why it was a 6-hour stream, and it was so scattered and fragmented, and all these different people were joining, and I had nothing else to say that wasn't already said about from other people. So that's an example of like people just content leeching, I guess. But like he's saying that so he didn't like Berserk, and then the author dies, and then he likes Berserk, and then he didn't like Bleach, but then when Bleach comes back, he disrespecting Bleach, but then when Bleach comes back, he's gonna make videos on it. Okay, like what do you want me to say about it? Like he didn't like an anime and is switching up. He's switching up because something happened related to the anime. Okay, that like the author dies and now he's nice to the anime. The anime is coming back and now he's gonna leech off the fan base and make videos. Okay,
official both financially and publicly to support the series,
wow.
Especially with the anime returning. It's fine to dislike a series. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, look what Seth said about Naruto, look what Seth said about Bleach, look what Seth said about this series. Like, that's irrelevant. The point is, the constant lying to his fan base is the problem. If I don't like a series, I'll straight up tell you guys. To this,
I'll hop in. I'm about to griff the freak out of Boruto. I am evil. If that's Seth, that's crazy. You cannot be sending a meme with the N-word. That is crazy. I'm evil, my N-word. I commit nefarious acts. Swag and I planned hecka content.
a series, I'll straight up
That's
tell
crazy,
you guys.
Man.
To this
I have
day,
weaponized the
I'm not
Boruto
a fan
fans.
of
Now
Boruto.
onto stage
It's
2.
just my taste. I don't like it, and I'm not going to pretend that I do like it. Genuine chameleon behavior. Here's an example. Seth also did the same when XXX Tentacion died because...
Whoa. What does that have to do with anything? Isn't that a rapper? Okay. They think they're better than everyone when they just wait. I'm trying to like pause it, but when they reuse trending humor and have all the mental disorders. LOL. What?
The same when XXXTentacion died.
The screenshot makes it look even worse. LMAO.
I guess he thought that it was the right thing to do or something like that, which I know for a fact he barely cared and possibly didn't even listen to him. And I know this because I never once heard him reference X a single time, and at that time I was a pretty damn big fan of his music, so I took mental note of this. As I also mentioned before,
Trini is well aware of this. I'll talk about him later.
With the instigating debates, both he and Kappa tried to sneakily coerce me into a debate with Trini after I assumed Seth didn't like that I was quite vocal about like political related stuff in call. Not necessarily the context of the actual political discourse we were having, but the fact that I sounded pretty knowledgeable kind of bothered him. He doesn't like when people know more about certain topics than he does, so I just claimed that my tiredness was too distracting and that I couldn't do the debate. I could smell exactly what was going on. At this time, Seth didn't like at all that I wouldn't take his crap in call, and I would argue with him quite a lot if he would give me attitude. Stating to Trini in private, verbatim, this is what he said to Trini, "I need you to take someone out for me." And Trini told me this on the sly in advance before he could do anything. Seth also at the time was asking his SS server members, aka his mods, to get information on me in one of the chats. He called this his Black Ops chat. A lot of this was being inspired by the fact that I was letting people know.
Oh, I don't want to do this, but they keep doing this. They show screenshots really fast, and then you have to pause it to read it. Your script coming along, that's crazy. Well, what do you want? Okay, so Setsu is Seth. I know that. Nothing. Just wanted to see how you're doing. Bad. Now, what are you going to do? Going to wish you luck and endurance. You have zero life experience. You cannot say anything but empty words. I don't even know what that word from.
What's up, my fellow speedsters? This is future Lord Speed, present day Lord Speed it should be, because I'm sitting here editing this video and watching it back a whole month after I recorded it. It's crazy how bad at uploading I am. I'm going to try and get better. This is going to be the first day. I hope that I can start daily uploading, so you guys are going to get hit with a, God of War 3 video tomorrow or Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm going to try and finish those old playthroughs that I started a long time ago. Besides that, I look so sped in the last SethTheProgrammer video, and this one I cannot read for anything. The word is literally just regurgitate. Regurgitate. That's all you had to say, Lord Speed. That's all you had to say. Stop stuttering. Stop reading faster than your brain could go. Just look at it. It's like, I don't know why when I'm recording, it's like I have all this pressure on me for no reason. That's all I had to say. I was trying to looking stupid while I was editing this. I'm like 42 minutes into this. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video.
Your spoiled internet extrusion stories and books that your parents paid for and that make the void crawl up my spine, and how death in my ear I despise you. What? This cringe lord. And then, oh, he screenshotted it and sent
friend, an enemy, or he was just in a bad...
The dude heard me talk about depression and ignored it and changed the subject.
In a bad mood. He could never control his emotions to the point where he would have...
Bro, look at this. Am I not supposed to analyze this? Like, what's the point of showing the screenshots if you're just going to flip through it like in a millisecond? Says you took 4 years of my life, dude. I left my well-paying job to continue your work. You don't want to go down this road, trust me. 4 years of your life making money. I can't talk to you about you being a teen girl saying cringy stuff that I could have made elsewhere. Oh yeah, man. Oh, on Mars 4.
To the point where he would have...
What are these conversations? Like, there's a lot of cursing, so I have to, like, change what I'm saying. But, okay. Your friends making free money. I'm so awful. Freak, I wish I didn't meet you. You parasite. God dang. Not free money. Yes, you paid us for services. Haha, I can't even get out of here without you getting a pest too. So annoying. Then he responded to the parasite. Says, you what? What? You took 4 years of my life, dude. I left my well-paying job to continue your work. You don't want to... Oh, wait. Okay.
Cut off. Nux Taku, who I'd like to assume he and I are on pretty decent terms.
isn't he like a whole different
Even
YouTuber?
Nux Taku, who I'd like to assume he and I are on pretty decent terms, the last time we talked was pretty positive, and I appreciate that he reached out to me and wanted to call about some stuff. But that being said, he had some pretty weird experiences with Seth too during this time period, and it was over really petty stuff. It's also ironic with him getting so insecure about the craziness stuff too, because every time that he's had drama with a friend, the second that anything kicks off, he starts telling the world about every single private thing that he's ever been told by them.
What?
For example, with
So he basically doxes people if they start having a problem. He's so socially inept that no matter who you are, if the chat is on Twitch is loving the topic, he'll actually talk crap about any of his friends. I've caught it happen 4 times while watching throughout 2022 alone. A lot of you definitely noticed this too.
that he's ever been told by them. For example, with me,
Literally
starts
everyone
talking
in the
about my
higher ups of the
relation.
server has a nameable mental disorder. Clyde included, the real Jake Paul. You look like Ice-T, Clyde. Okay.
Stuff. Starts talking about my IRL, my mental health. Just look at this screenshot on the screen right now. It's literally him mocking me for being depressed, alongside the image from before, which you can see where he edited me hanging off of a tree.
Man, that's
because I was
crazy.
Suicidal. Who the f acts like
Cyberbully
this?
activity.
Another example, Noodles with his girlfriend at the time.
Unless there's 2 or more Little Caesars, and he's lying because he said the place was closed, but it's not. It's very small to LOL, like population of 4,000 people. Who's Jaden? Jaden's a doxer, I'm assuming. I told you he lied to protect himself. You should still try to call those guys.
Leaking his address, trying to get him doxed. He even lied about almost every single detail
I know
in
his
their
full name,
drama,
by the
which
way.
no one even knows about because he played the entire audience like a fiddle. They all think Noodles is like this high IQ anime villain, when in truth, a lot of
I was
the
able to instigate
drama
Swag
with
versus
Noodles
Noodles.
and Swag and Seth, it actually all was inspired by the fact that Noodles just always wanted to debate Swag. That's where it all came from initially. When it comes to Swag Kage, if Seth has the opportunity to...
What the
he's
heck
gonna
is
air-
that? What is this? Describe Alyssa and Rob's relationship in one image. Rob is Swag. What is this? Nah. Nah,
If Seth
what?
has the opportunity to,
One
he's
of-
going to air out
one of
every
Swag's group?
single bit of private information that he knows about Swag Kage. And listen, we're going to get a little
Ignant is Swag's greaseball, ugly friend that doesn't shower either.
bit into that further into the video, but I'm not going to share the actual intricacies or details themselves, but there is something
I love the term
very
domesticator for these Swag iDubbbz type dudes. Seen it a few times.
important, which Swag
What
needs
does this
to see
mean?
in this video. Because if he
He's
sees
got
this
that
and he
swag
still associates
inferiority
with Seth
complex
after
energy.
this
He has
video,
to try and find something he can be proud of.
Bro,
Bro, this
a
is
f***ing idiot. Another example, he actually
His
told
face
people that Trini got
sent out to
molested by
people
his
the claim
neighbor.
I made.
He also laughed at this guy called Tippo for being raped as a kid. Famdingo? Well, he laughed at him because he attempted suicide on stream in 2017.
Okay, who's Corrido? Hey Corey, I'm just going to ask you straight up, as this is important for my video. Do you recall Seth mocking you for attempting suicide on stream in 2017? Is Corrido supposed to be Clyde? All because you made fun of him for being obsessed with debating. Hey Clyde, how you doing? I do recall that wasn't a good time having everyone know about my personal problems. Not bad, bro. Thanks answering this. I know it's super personal, but I can't have him rat his way out of this. He's always tried to act like it was all fair because of silly Discord beef, when in actuality it never was. He went way too far with that.
On stream in 2017. I
But
mean,
we don't
again,
have to
here's
stream,
him
though. We don't have
openly
to stream,
mocking
though. We don't
people
have to
from
stream.
the old server I used to share with Famdingo, called the Dingo Den, and literally making fun of my mental health while knowing I am going through the worst time of my life. To this day, all of the drama, the people that got bullied, made fun of in that server, all the fucked up shit that there's that still probably hasn't even came out and no one knows about, right? To this day, he still thinks that he did nothing. Like, he still believes that he was getting attacked by people for no reason and victimizes himself to the degree where it's, like, actually delusional. During the infamous Boruto collab that Seth, Swag, and I did, when I mentioned I was planning to make a video giving my honest thoughts on Boruto, which involved me having to actually, like, watch and read it, Seth said,
Why is he saying it like that? Boruto's not even that bad, but you were too good. You were too good to do Boruto tomorrow. Swag said that's when he's free. Yeah, I forgot to mention to you, I was just going to hit you up, him at the same time, because he messaged me and he was surprisingly keen to record.
do that collab,
Told me in
and I
private
said,
that
well,
Seth
we
freaked
still
out over... Swag Kage told me in private that Seth freaked out over the hate and said he was going to blame everything on me.
still can if you'd like, and we got Swag onto the video. Now, the only reason that collaboration happened was because I knew that if I did it solo, Seth would have cried about it, because
For the
this
record,
had
I
actually...
deleted the Boruto. For the record, I deleted the Boruto video for them after Seth was super worried about the hate comments from Boruto fans.
had actually happened in a past video that I did with Swag, a video where Swag and I talked about an alternate ending of Naruto involving Madara. And Seth got so upset because he assumed that we stole that topic from him, as he planned to do Momoshiki versus Madara, that he cried about it for weeks and started to imply that I was a rat. Same with Swag. He
how does Momoshiki versus Madara?
He legit thought we went out of our way to do that in a
How does
malicious way.
Momoshiki versus Madara,
I can say to this day, right now that I have absolutely zero connection with Seth,
won the war.
I had no intentions. To
I guess
steal
Madara would have to
if
fight
I did, I'd straight up
Momoshiki
admit
and
it right
Kinshiki
now.
if they came during the Boruto era.
But this is where his weird paranoia started to get worse and worse.
We're still
the more
talking to
that I
Clyde.
knew him. The
Yeah,
more
we're
that I-
reminiscing about Xbox 360. Be careful. I'll be sure to. It's just weird how he changed his tune about you. We can talk about it in call. I never expected to talk with him for 2 hours.
The more that I started to get on him about his mental health and the way
I spent years trying to prove you were an opportunistic. Okay, while you tried touting you were just being a good guy. Now here we are. It's all come. I don't see how this proves your point. I knew it. Did you work with Serpo in a further advertising position for these credits? Be honest, buddy. What a grim world.
treated others, the more that he started to become really paranoid about everyone coming after him. He'd always
For credits of an unfinished project. Haha, you freaking loser. I thought I was pretty lame. You're a freaking dork. Oh, it makes sense. God, you're sad, dude. Man, what a waste of time. Typical Brit. What? Fuesha. Who's Fuesha? Look, listen. If you say with your large platform and audience the project is canceled, I then try to make more work sharing okay, I'm not reading this anymore because
think
I
that
just
had
hate
some
this
ulterior
conversation.
motive, like I was trying to get something from him, steal
Basically-
money, etc. Even with random people,
Basically, they're
regardless of
coming
how
at
nice they
Omar.
were, it didn't matter. He'd deal with them too. In October of 2017, I said to Seth, who at the time had videos with the quality of Windows Movie Maker, yo, let's collab and I'll edit it. Let's do the Espada versus the Akatsuki. He was pretty excited to see what I could do, and at the time was very impressed.
That's
I even
crazy. Like
recorded
people
the
reacting and
footage
stuff
for
like
his
keeps your
response
video
on
up
the video,
forever.
which I believe at the time was Alsor.
Even if you delete it,
wrong,
you can't like delete the
but,
person's
I was
reaction
paid
to
around
it.
like 250 USD to do this, which was cool. It was the first time I'd been paid to edit, and I mostly did it because I actually just wanted him to have a cool video, and I'd always said I actually want to make videos with you, I like collaborating with you, and obviously I'm going to work hard because my channel at the time was small, so by collaborating, my channel grows. If I work hard for him, my channel grows. It's beneficiary for the both of us. So, you know, I edited this video in a pretty quick manner due to the video needing to be done by a certain time. It was actually around 50 minutes, if I am remembering that correctly too. Someone's no doubt downloaded it on YouTube. But normally, to give you guys some context, normally a video like this would have taken me 2 to 3 weeks to produce. I did it in a few days. If you want to see the difference in videos before and after I started editing for him, just look at the videos coming out nowadays versus the ones that you can see where I worked on them. I actually have a file on my PC which is related to Sony Vegas, which I've used to edit my videos, and it tells me every single video that I've ever edited. If I need to, I can go and look and find every single video that I worked on for him, which to this day, pretty much no one even knows about. It's actually beyond pathetic and honestly
Show
lazy
it.
because he records some of his videos with a Turtle Beach headset because he doesn't want to bother with setting up a professional mic, which he could easily pay someone to do, or just buy one that's like auto set up when you plug it in. Anyway, later in the year, we plan to do Aizen versus Madara. This video was probably to this day the most stressful work that I've ever done apart from this video now. And looking back on it, other YouTubers would have been exposed for this situation due to how much work I had to do in such a short amount of time and how much I was shit on for taking too long, which is ironic because I actually didn't take too long. I got it done in record time. But anyway, Seth and I sat down 3 days before Christmas in 2017, and he wanted to record this video
it's
off
almost
the
6
cuff.
years ago.
I, at the time, wanted the video to be scripted and formatted correctly so I could edit the video like a well-structured breakdown. And I also didn't want to record the video without a script or at least some guidelines in front of me to
Dang,
spitball,
that is
because
some
the
crazy
memory
editing.
problems that I was having from my sleep deprivation and mental health, along with my mental fatigue in general.
He needs to take a
was making it
screenshot of
really
like all
hard for me
the
to improv
videos
record, and
that
I
he
tried
did
to
on
stress
Sony
this to him,
Vegas
but
or
he just
whatever.
didn't listen. Before I was experiencing these issues, I used to be able to record videos off the top of my head without a script. I actually used to make Call of Duty commentary videos on my old channel back in the day before I did any of this anime stuff, and I had close to like 3,500 subs on that old channel before I got rid of it. To give you some perspective, sometimes the raw audio for one of my normal, highly edited videos, like say the Dongai video, the actual audio for a video like that was 3 hours long. If they're big like the Stark video or the Mugetsu video, it's even longer. Because of my sleeping issues, I have a lot of trouble reading. Not because I can't read as I'm reading a script right now, but it's because I like to have backup lines so that if I read something and I fuck it up but I don't notice because of my sleep deprivation, well, then I have backup lines in case there's weird noises, errors in the audio, or like I said, I mess up the line. If you record separate audio sessions, it can make the video sound super different. Here's an example. Listen to my Naruto Destiny video, where the video goes from normal recording to a line that I had to slip into the video because I made a mistake. If Naruto had lost to Neji, he would have just trained and never stopped until he was Hokage. Gaara's character showed us how dark this stuff can get, as he was basically insane due to his tail beast. And to think that it's a blessing to have the Nine Tails inside of you. What's really annoying too is that I've always been a very hard worker on videos, and Seth for the longest time just assumed I was playing this up. I was so tired all the time that my vision wouldn't even stay straight. I couldn't even play video games properly.
So I'm assuming
because I feel
Karaito
like
is
a
just
zombie.
Clyde.
It's like
That's
my
what I'm
brain was
assuming.
super dehydrated, and I was so weak that I'd need to sleep multiple times throughout the day. If you research sleep apnea and then mix that in with how bad my mental health was at the time, you'll find out that I was pretty much dying in my sleep, but I didn't even know it. And then you add anxiety disorder to that, and you've got my situation. It was f***ed. That being said, we had to delay the video by a day.
How long am I in?
We had recorded the video like I instructed. I was made to edit an hour-long video in 48 hours during Christmas, along with engineering the audio myself, which that by itself took hours. I never do audio these days. I always have someone do it because it takes so long, but I banged out both the audio and the video. And you know what? The motivation for the video was never money-oriented. I did it for Seth because I wanted to show him how cool my editing could make our video, and I was excited to collab with him. That was the motivation for the video the whole time. I always wanted to make videos like some death battle type stuff, but I wanted to do it with someone that, as a co-host being Seth and vice versa, we would actually have a cool dynamic that wasn't cringe like I believe their videos were. That's why I was so passionate to not only do such heavy work, but I actually put up with all his bullshit because I thought he was my really close friend at the time. This video could have actually easily been delayed, but
Okay, guys. I'm gonna have to end the video here. It's almost reaching an hour, which is like my max screen recording time. This is crazy. We're getting a lot of basically Clyde basically built up Seth's channel. I don't know what the next part is going to entail, but yeah, basically Seth the programmer was cyberbullying people. He was giving out people personal information, beefing with people. He was manipulating people into arguments, and now we're just getting a whole section about Clyde basically edited most of his videos and built up his channel and was being used. And I already said what I think about all that. It's just crazy how you allow that kind of stuff to happen. I know he said that he was like financially dependent on him and he believed that they were friends and stuff. It's just like there's a point in time where you have to realize that you're being mistreated by someone. And I don't know. This is just a crazy video. Again, every other day reaction to this, so you guys will see the next one, not tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a normal gaming video or reaction, but the next time, I'm hoping that we get done with this really soon because there's other videos relating to the situation from years back that explain different aspects that this video goes over that I want to react to so it gets out there to people. But all you have to forget to strike the like button, and subscribe to check out previous videos on the channel. Check our channel to subscribe to, and I'll see you guys in the next one.